The human heart beats about 2.5 billion times in an average lifetime, but in 1982, Dr. Robert Jarvik created something unprecedented, an artificial heart that could match those beats and keep people alive.
That's mind-blowing when you think about it. And what makes it even more remarkable is how he foreshadowed his future when he told the medical board, "I come with my heart in my hands."
You know what's fascinating about that moment? It wasn't just empty words. Within a few years, he created a device that doctors could hold in their hands, the Jarvik 7, which became the first successful artificial heart used in human patients.
Hmm. And this was back in 1982, right? When most people were still amazed by basic personal computers?
Exactly. And here's what makes it even more incredible. The Jarvik 7 wasn't just some experimental device, it became a critical bridge to transplant technology, keeping patients alive while they waited for donor hearts. The first patient lived for 112 days with the device in place.
That must have been such an intense period in medical history. I mean, how do you even begin to test something like an artificial heart?
Well, that's where it gets exciting. The development process was incredibly complex. They had to deal with issues like preventing blood clots, ensuring a consistent power supply, and managing the body's immune response. Each challenge could have been a showstopper, but Jarvik and his team kept pushing forward.
This reminds me of something. The early days of organ transplantation, when everyone thought it was impossible until someone proved it wasn't.
That's such a good parallel. And just like with transplants, the Jarvik 7 opened up entirely new ethical territories. They had to grapple with questions like who gets the device? How do you obtain informed consent for something that's never been done before? What defines success?
And all of this while dealing with real patients, real lives hanging in the balance.
Exactly. And here's something most people don't realize. The Jarvik 7 wasn't just about keeping people alive, it fundamentally changed our understanding of how the human heart works. Every challenge they encountered led to new insights about blood flow, pressure regulation, and cardiac function.
So, what happened to the technology after those initial breakthroughs?
Well, that's where things get exciting. The Jarvik 7 evolved into more sophisticated devices, and today we have ventricular assist devices, VADs, that are much smaller and more reliable. Some patients now live for years with these devices, whereas the first Jarvik 7 patients survived for days or months.
That's incredible progress in just a few decades. And I imagine the impact extends far beyond the technology itself.
Oh, absolutely. Jarvik's work essentially created an entire new field of biomedical engineering focused on artificial organs. It's led to advances in material science, battery technology, and even our understanding of how to interface mechanical devices with living tissue.
You know what's powerful about this story? It shows how one person's vision can change the course of medical history.
And not just medical history, think about the human impact. Every year, thousands of people benefit from the technologies that evolve from Jarvik's work. Each one of those represents a family getting more time with their loved ones, celebrating more birthdays, and making more memories.
That puts it in perspective, doesn't it? From that young doctor saying, "I come with my heart in my hands," to creating technology that saved countless lives.
And here's what I find most inspiring about the whole story. Jarvik never stopped innovating. Even after the success of the Jarvik 7, he continued working on new devices and improvements. He understood that the first breakthrough was just the beginning.
So, what do you think the future holds for this technology?
Well, we're seeing some amazing developments. There's research into fully implantable artificial hearts that don't need external power sources, devices that can adapt to a patient's activity levels, and even biological artificial hearts grown from the patient's cells. It's like Jarvik opened a door, and now we're seeing just how far that path can lead.
That's fascinating. It's like his initial innovation created a cascade effect that's still unfolding today.
Exactly. And I think that's the real legacy here, not just the lives saved directly by his invention, but the countless innovations it inspired and continues to inspire. It's a perfect example of how one breakthrough can reshape the entire landscape of what we think is possible in medicine.